Hi, it's Tash. Welcome to Tasha's Library. Today's video is going to be my January TBR, my favorite videos to make. I can't believe it's January soon, but anyway, that's okay because I'm super excited to get another TBR. Now, in January, I'm going to participate as well. For the whole year, I'm going to be participating in Buzzwordathon, which I'll link down below. And this year's Buzzwordathon has title prompts and cover prompts. So the title prompts for January is lies or truth. So I have to have a book that includes lies, truth, lying, true, words like that. And then the cover prompt is patterns. So it's got to be a cover that has repeating patterns in it. So I'm going to try to match that up somehow. So without further ado, let's go to the board. And here's the board. Basically, I'm going to be rolling anti-clockwise there. And each color corresponds to a particular type of card. So purple is from cover to cover, which are cover prompts. Blue is what's in a name, title prompts. Yellow, all in the making, which are publication details. Red, it's a vibe, so genres and tropes. And green is It's So Random, where I get to play different games like Picker Wheels. Throw 2 dice. If I throw a double, I add an extra roll. And I start with my little Eeyore in this spot here. If I land on one of the bookworm spaces, I get to play the bookworm game, which has super obscure prompts. And so without further ado, let's start with roll number 1. And it's a 9. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Green. Woohoo. I like my greens. Okay. Random tarot card. Interesting. And the first one is an It's So Random. They're my favorite ones. And this is kind of a cool one. It was random tarot card. So I'm going to just go to a random tarot card generator online and see what I get. Let's go to it now. Okay, so I've just gone to a random tarot card generator and I'm just going to click on it, I think. And, oh, the tower. Okay, so that should be pretty good. I can pick anything that has a crown on it, a lightning, clouds, a tower, anyone like falling, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure I can find something because towers and lightning and crowns and that are pretty common in fantasy. Okay, so I got the tower and it's got basically a tower, lightning, so you can see I've put a picture there. And I found the perfect book to match this. And it's a book I really want to read. It's going to hit one of my 25 goals. So I'm going to go with Roger Zelazny, Lord of Light. Look at that. There's like, seriously, it's got everything. It's got the tower. It's got lightning. It's got some person falling. It's just like superbly matched. So best match ever. Yes. So anyway, Lord of Light. It's a distant world where gods walk as men, but wield vast and hidden powers. Are they truly immortal? Who are these gods who rule the destiny of a teeming world? Their names include Brahma, Kali, Krishna, and also he who is called Buddha, the Lord of Light, but who now prefers to be known simply as Sam. How has the colonization of another planet become a reenactment of Eastern religion and mythology? So I've heard pretty cool things about this book. And Roger Zelazny is one of my priority authors at the moment. A Night in the Lonesome October is one of my all-time favorite books. And I'm trying to read as much Roger Zelazny as possible. So Lord of Lights on the TBR. Roll number 2 is an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another green. I've had like so few greens lately that now I'm just doing heaps. Bookworm game. Okay, yes. I do have some cards in here that also get me to play the bookworm game. All right, so this game is choosing chaos. It's choosing pure chaos. This is quite exciting. And this is the bookworm game. So it is a dice game. I'm not playing it as the actual dice game. What I'm going to use are the prompt cards, which have very obscure little prompts there. And you'll see there's a green prompt, orange prompt, and a red prompt. And what I will do is I'll shuffle them, I'll pull a card, and then I'll throw the die. And if I throw a 1 or 2, I'll pick the green prompt. If I throw a 3 or 4, I pick the orange prompt. And if I throw a 5 or 6, I will pick the red prompt. So you can see some of these are quite tricksy. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle and let us see what we get. Okay, let's pick this one. All right, so words with 4 or less letters, should be 4 or fewer letters, typical for Canada, and priceless things. All right, let's see what we get. I'm kind of hoping for green. A 1 or 2 would be great. Yes! Oh my gosh, bookworm game never goes my way. All right, so that's pretty cool because I have to find a word with 4 or fewer letters. So I guess I could go with a 1-word title that has 4 words. But if I get stuck, I can also find a title that has a 4-letter word within it. And bookworm game. And so this time it's words with 4 or less letters in the title. And I'm going to read a book on my Kindle that matches this perfectly because it's 2 words and each of the words has 4 letters and it completes a series for me. This is Bearhead by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which is sort of a sequel to Dogs of War. And it follows Honey, the genetically engineered bear who starts a revolution on the Red Planet. So basically the series, Dogs of War, was you have all these animals that are sort of genetically modified to become soldiers. And it was a pretty hard-hitting book. There was a real commentary about sort of human rights through the lens of animals. It was really cool, but it was one of those books where I loved the ideas in it, but I didn't necessarily love the reading it. And so I've been putting off Bearhead, which is a bit sad because Bearhead will be really cool as well. And Honey was a particularly cool character in Dogs of War. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one. Roll number 3 is a 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a cover prompt. And it's nature on the cover. So that could be trees, lakes, whatever, anything nature. From cover to cover, and this time it's nature on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to read a book that's on my list for the R Fantasy bingo board. I've got 2 spots left, and this is one of them. And it's for the Bard spot, and I'm going to pick A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I don't know much about this, but it's described as a sparkling debut fantasy with Celtic tones set on the magical Isle of Cadence, where 2 childhood enemies must team up to discover why girls are going missing from their clan. It does follow Adira Harris of the East, who knows the spirits only answer to a bard's music, enticing them to return the missing girls. I don't want to read much more. I don't actually want to know. I'm going to look into this one and just discover it as I go. This will be also on my Kindle. Roll number 4 is a 12. Double 6s are my forte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another green. Oh my gosh, it is chaos. Random song. Interesting. This is a cool prompt. It means I get to do a random song generator, and then I have to pick a book that somehow relates to that song title at least. Another It's So Random. I've had so many. And this one is random song. So I'm going to go to a random song generator and then pick words from that. So let's go to that now. I'm going to go with song. Now, I have picked Australia just to make sure I actually do get English words in the title, unlike the one that came up when I first tested it. So we're going to see, I'm going to click it and hope I get a song that has some good words in it, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, Ballad of Billy the Kid. That's okay. I'm sure I could do that because I could pick a title that has ballad in it, and I can think of at least one book that I could read for that. It could have Kid, it could have Billy. Yeah, I think even technically, if I'm stuck, I could go with like an author that's Bill. Who knows? But anyway, Billy the Kid it is. Okay, so I got the Ballad of Billy the Kid. I'm going to go with the word ballad here because I actually do have a perfect book for this, and that's the Ballad of Perilous Graves, which has been on my bookshelf forever. This book I keep putting off, and I don't know why, because it sounds really, really interesting, and I think this is a sign that I have to read it because it's ballad. I have to. It's just got to happen. It's the only book that fits this prompt. But anyway, it's set in NOLA, which is a city of wonders, an alternate New Orleans made of music and magic, where spirits dance the night away and wise women help keep the order. To those from away, NOLA might seem strange. To failed magician Perilous Graves, it's simply home. Then the rhythm of the city stutters. 9 songs of power have escaped from the magical piano that maintains the city's beat, and without them, NOLA will fail. Unwilling to watch his home be destroyed, Perry will sacrifice everything to save it. Sounds really cool. Sounds really interesting. It's a debut novel and alternate New Orleans with music. Sounds wonderful. All right, roll number 5 of 9 now is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a title prompt. Punctuation in the title. Okay, so the most common there would be apostrophes, but I can see what I can find. What's in a name? Punctuation in the title. And for this one, I'm going to go for a short novella, which is in the Arcanum Unbounded by Brandon Sanderson, and it's The Emperor's Soul because it has an apostrophe. This one follows Shai, who is a forger, a foreigner who can flawlessly recreate any item by rewriting its history using skillful magic. Although she's currently condemned to death after trying to steal the Emperor's scepter, she has one last opportunity to save herself. This is about 100 pages. It will ease up some of those chunky ones that I have. This is just about 100 pages. It should be fun. And it's a Brandon Sanderson I haven't read yet. Roll number 6 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another title prompt. And it's a one-word title. Super easy. Another what's in the name. And I'm going to, this time, it's a one-word title. And for this, I'm going to take the opportunity to get a non-fiction book on here. I do want to prioritize some non-fictions. And this time it's a history book. And I have quite a lot of history books, but I haven't read history books for ages because I used to be a history teacher. I'm a little bit jaded. I feel they feel like work. But anyway, this one sounds fun. So I think this could be a good entry back into history. And that's Unruly by David Mitchell, which is a history of England's kings and queens. So he explores how England's monarchs, while acting as feared rulers, firmly guiding their subjects' destinies, were in reality a bunch of lucky sods who were mostly as silly and weird in real life as they appear today in their portraits, taking us right back to King Arthur. Spoiler, he didn't exist. David tells the founding story of post-Roman England up to the reign of Elizabeth I. Spoiler, she dies. It's a tale of narcissists, inadequate self-control, excessive beheadings, middle management, insurrection, uncivil wars, and at least one total Knut, as the population evolved from having their crops nicked by the thug with the largest armed gang to bowing and paying taxes to a divinely anointed king. So it sounds like it's going to be really fun. I'm going to enjoy this one. It's quite chunky, but it should be a fairly easy read. Roll number 7 is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another green. Oh my gosh. Okay, friend pick. Fun. That should be quite a fun one to do. Another It's So Random. This time it's friend pick. And for this one, I'm going to go with the other book that my boyfriend recommended to me in November. For September. So basically for Scientific September, my boyfriend recommended 3 possible books to me. And it was either This Is How You Lose a Time War, which is the one I ended up reading. And then he also recommended The Plague, which I'm reading in December. And then The Penultimate Truth. And you know what? I can't resist putting that on because it's got the word truth in it, which fits Buzzwordathon. So it's got to go on. And that will mean that I would have read all 3 books that he's recommended to me. So this is a Philip K. Dick. World War III is raging. Also, the millions of people crammed in their underground tanks believe. For 15 years, subterranean humanity has been fed on daily broadcasts of a never-ending nuclear destruction, sustained by a belief in the all-powerful protector. So yes, but up on Earth's surface, a different kind of reality reigns. So it sounds really cool. It's a short little one, and sci-fi. I'm really enjoying sci-fi lately, and I just want to get them all onto my TBR. Roll number 8 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bookworm game. Because, yeah, apparently one bookworm game is not enough. This TBR is chaos. Chaos. My second bookworm pick. Let's hope I get a good one again. And this will be this one. And it's something fluffy. Different words for yes. Will that be a tricky one? And how my mother-in-law should not be. Wow, okay. This is like insanely difficult. I'm really hoping for something fluffy because I'm not sure I could find anything for the others. Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so how my mother-in-law should not be. I guess I could go for a word like wicked. I don't know. Let's see what I can find. Another bookworm. And this one was difficult. I mean, it was a weird one. It wasn't difficult. It was just weird. So how my mother-in-law should not be. So I kind of just went with bad words, right? Because that's what you go with. And so I'm going to get a chance to get a middle grade on here just to ease up some of the heavy stuff that I've got. It will also complete a trilogy. And that is Amari and the Despicable Wonders, which is kind of hard to see there because of the shine. But anyway, so it's got despicable. And I guess you don't want a mother-in-law to be despicable. So I think that will go. So Amari's just super fun. She's just this girl who discovers she has magic. It's got a magic school. It is super fun to read. Definitely go read it. Roll number 8 is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cover prompt. And it's a mythological creature on the cover. So that could be a griffin, unicorn, anything like that. From cover to cover, and it's a mythological creature on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to finish up a duology, and that's Dark Star Burning, Ash Falls White. It has phoenixes and things like that. I think it's just the phoenix, but anyway, it definitely has mythological creatures on here. And it's the sequel to Song of Silver, Flame Like Night, which pretty much follows a Lan who spends her days scavenging for remnants of the past and for anything that might help her understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. No one can see the mysterious mark until the night Zen appears at the tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the Last Kingdom, whose abilities were rumored to be drawn from the demons they communed with. magic believed to be long lost. So it's really cool Chinese mythology. I really enjoyed the first book and I'm looking forward to finishing the series. And roll number 9, hopefully last roll, is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a vibe. And it's a fantasy book. Super cool. I love my fantasy. So that is excellent. Okay, it's a vibe, a fantasy book. Now, after I rolled this, I realized that I hadn't actually counted the second bookworm in my number of rolls. So technically, I don't actually need this roll. But because I rolled it and I picked a prompt, I'm going to go with it. It will just be another backup book for the month. It's okay. I'm okay with this, particularly because I do have a book I would like to get to, if I possibly can, to finish a trilogy. I know, yay me. But it's Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. And yes, it's massive, but gosh, I love the first 2 books. And the second one in particular was so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to getting this. So this is basically a young girl in like an alternate Cairo who discovers a djinn. And this kickstarts a whole series of events. It's very cool. It's very political fantasy. I initially went into this thinking that it was probably going to start veering into romance, but actually no, it's political fantasy and I absolutely adore it. It's got really high stakes. It's got amazing battles and all sorts of cool things. The characters are really engaging to follow and I cannot wait to finish this series. And so I'm going to put this on the TBR. If I don't get to all my 10 books, that's okay, but at least it's on the TBR. In terms of the Buzzwordathon pattern prompts, I possibly have 2 options. So I feel like River Enchanted fits it because you've got all those petals and leaves in the river. I think there's repetition there, so that would count. I also think Empire of Gold kind of has a pattern in the door and around the frame as well. So either one of those, I will pick whichever one I get to, I guess. If I get to both, I will just pick one, probably River Enchanted, because it's probably more obvious. But let me know which one you think fits the prompt best. And that is it. They're my rolls for January. That's my TBR for January. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of any of these books. I'm keen to find out if you liked them, hated them, you think I've made a good choice or not. But until I see you next time, take care.